We good? We here? Yeah, okay, I was on mute.
Nick, it looks like you're in a dungeon being interrogated.
I'm in my truck. I was driving back from the office. I just got done closing on my house. So
Congratulations.
thank you. That was a whole thing today, but where it was at was like an hour away, so we're all good. So I'm sitting in a parking lot, like literally 5 minutes from home. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's better than being in a dungeon.
Yeah, not in the dungeon. I'm in my truck. I'm in my truck.
Yeah.
Speedometer says 0. I'm not doing anything illegal. We're good.
You're heading right out to the clubbing hotspots in Westminster right after this, huh? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. We have a dive bar down under, but I wouldn't call that a club.
Did somebody say down under?
Yeah, we have a bar in town here called Down Under.
Oh, I like that.
Because it's underneath the other bar the owners own. So
that's pretty cool.
Like one's up top, restaurant, family friendly. The other one is like you could probably buy illegal things in there. So
Nice.
So it's Nick friendly.
Yeah.
Rather dungeon-like.
You're the bouncer.
No, I want no bid. I can't. It's all McDaniel College students that go down in there. I want nothing to do with 21-year-olds.
Yeah, I get it.
No offense to anyone on here that might be at or around that age.
I have a niece that's around that age. My niece is 20, so.
Oh.
Probably around 21. Come on, 3 times over.
Do
we want to do the form?
Progress much past that.
Do we want to start with the form checks, Noah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, let me pull them up. Sorry. So many tabs.
Then Nick, you getting a lot of wind out there?
Yeah, it's incredibly windy.
Yeah.
I could feel it like actively slowing down my truck on the way home.
All right. Ready, guys?
Yep. Don't see anything.
You don't see a guy squatting over a neon green bar?
Oh, never mind. I had to swipe. Now I see it. This is why Noah moderates. Yeah, these are good. Just kissing that depth marker. Good. I honestly love this. He's in position. He's not folding. He's right at parallel, it looks like. Let me watch it one more time. Or go to the next one.
I thought you said something about next, but I didn't hear.
No, I wanted to watch it one more time just to see confirm our depth. Good walkout. Yeah, he's right at parallel. Good. Well done. Next. I mean, that's pretty much it. You really want it with those. If those are supposed to be the pullovers, that's good. If it's supposed to be the tricep extensions, which I'm leaning more on the pullover, the way you're reaching back and trying to get that range of motion, that's what we want.
Can I ask a question about the pullovers, please?
Sure.
Is it necessary to be extended with no support of your lower back in that position? Or can you lay on the bench and just do the pullover?
Well, you could, but then if the bench is between your shoulder blades like that versus a flat surface going the width, you don't get the support to pivot at the shoulder joint because your shoulders might hang off the bench a little bit. And your body off the bench acts as a counterweight to the actual weight in your hand for the pullover.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. Next. That second rep was better. She sat more to her heels. It was a good adjustment. Depth looks good. I'd want to see her continually to ingrain that breaking at the hips first versus descending. She has a very good vertical position, which means she's got good mobility to be getting knees this far past toes. So not that that's a bad thing, but we want to give her more leverage back. So break at the hips. If you notice, her knees break and then her hips come down. So to get that weight more to midfoot and heel, we break at the hips and then at the knees. It's not much of a, there's not much of a gap between 1, 2. But if you break at your hips and sit, it will prevent that. It helps mitigate someone that tends to go forward if they're being, say, they're hypermobile or they're having trouble getting their butt over their heels. So breaking at her hips first will mitigate that required ankle flexion that in the way she's squatting down. It should give her a little more help from her glutes. Next. Everything else looks great though. From the front, this looks like a good position. Yeah, I mean, the only thing was your first rep, your butt kicked up a little bit, but it was like you had to get comfortable. So every rep after this, from the front anyways, looks really good. His knees are tracking straight. They're not collapsing. Butt kicked up a little there out of fatigue. So that's brace and driving back into the bar can help with that. But that was a good set. Next.
Pin squats are hard.
They are, especially when like you're first getting introduced to them.
Yeah, I'm just on my third week of them. I like them. I like the pause it's making me take at that lower height, but they're tough.
Yes. That was a good pull. The bar looks like it's coming straight up her legs. So that little forward rock, Mindy, that you're doing at the bottom is putting you out front versus keeping that bar in tight. Yep. So bar was out front. So let's work on keeping the bar together. And what I mean by that is same place. You stay connected to the bar. I like your rhythm of breathing and bracing. You have a cadence, you have a rhythm. That is all fantastic. Your positioning's good. I love the form, but you moving around in between each rep or moving the bar between each rep gives you a kind of a different start position each time. And it's like that when you had to kind of fight through it. We need to get that start position the same every single time. So the less movement you throw at it, the higher the odds are for you to get it exactly the same. With that being said, your form looks great. We just need to get you into position, the same position every single rep. So this rep, that was like one of your best ones. So if we can recreate that and that one, that'd be great. Good job. Next. Uh-oh. Pin squats.
God, everybody's doing maximize your strength.
Tom got him buried. Yes, sir. I swear, Tom doesn't miss. Ryan, Tom. God damn it, it's the damn two first names. I'm just start calling you Ricky Bobby. But your squats look freaking amazing. Look at that, fighting back into the bar, hips coming through, putting on an absolute clinic on a pin squat. Well done. Next. Ricky Bobby for the win. Good. I could see the intention. You might need to drop your hips just a little bit. I think we can get a little bit more leg drive out of that because you're almost in an RDL and your hips are like high as at or higher than your shoulders. So yeah, let's get your hips down a little bit. That should bring your chest up. Your shoulders should be, unless you have incredibly wild proportions where your arms, you have T-Rex arms. You should be able to get your hips. See, as you're getting tired, your hips are starting to drop. So what that means is your back's getting tired, if I had to guess, and your legs are trying to do more work. So if we can drop your hips just a little bit, you might be able to get into that neutral spine position in the lower back a little bit easier. And you're going to use more legs, which is going to give you more power off the floor. So let's drop the hips a little bit, bring your shoulders back, which should bring them up slightly, hips lower, more leg drive. Don't think about picking the bar up with a hinge. Think about pushing the ground away and your hips sliding through. Next. I can see the thought happening in a setup, so that's really good. So you see how you're reaching with your lower back? You need to have a completely perfect hinge. From the waist up, it is absolutely rigid, and your butt should push back. With that being said, you've got too much weight on that rear foot. You're probably going to have to go lighter. So we're talking like a 90-10 split between front foot and back foot. 90 in the front, 10 in the back. Think of the back as like I don't even want to call it a kickstand. Just a stabilizer. Like it should be light. So you can push those hips back, keep that upper body absolutely rigid, and move in the pattern that it's meant to move in. With these hinge patterns, just like a stiff leg deadlift or an RDL, the hips glide back and forward. So to do that, you need to be rigid from the belly button up. Next. So we're about 1.5 feet too high on where we should be on depth. Top, what is this? Top, does
They're
that say
top
top
quarter squats.
Top quarter squats. Okay, so let's add a little bit more tempo on the descent and a little bit more fire out of that quarter rep. The top quarter of your squat should be nothing but acceleration. So it would be like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Then you'd come up. You see how you pivot forward? Your weight shifts forward. I shouldn't see any lateral movement in that barbell. We want a nice vertical. Start those out. So next time you have those, I want you to do empty bar or like super lightweight, full range of motion squats, but with like a 5 count eccentric. And then I want you to work your way up, then a half squat, then a quarter squat. Try and keep it, record all of it so you can see what it looks like on the full range of motion and get that looking the same on the top quarter when you do your top quarter squats. Because you kind of pitch forward and then you sit back to your heels at the top and you're up, you're forward, and now you have a slight sway back. We want to keep you on your heel and your midfoot. Next. Jesus, that was loud. Jeannette, are these your stiff leg deadlifts?
I was trying to do goblet squats.
Goblet squats. Okay. So a goblet squat, we want to hold the dumbbell, cradle it in the palms of our hands in front of our chin. So like if you put both of your hands together like this in front of your face with the dumbbell resting in between them vertically like you have it there, we want more sit, less hinge.
Okay.
So think you can even put a low chair behind you to give yourself some sort of target if you want. And I want you to keep your chest nice, high, and proud. And I want you to sit down like you're about to sit on your heels. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This was the first week of my program, so I just started.
No worries. That's why we do this on a weekly basis. So you've got some homework, and we got a target to work on these goblet squats.
I figure since I finally got the swingers with Jen, I wanted to do a different workout with you.
Yeah, of course. So we can work on getting you squatting in the right plane. So, and you'll feel it much more in your legs than you will in your back. You're actually doing what looks like a fairly decent RDL, which is an actual movement.
I just have to be careful because I have a bad leg. So.
Okay, so box squats would be great for you. It would give
what are box squats?
You just put like a box or a chair and you squat to that, and that's like your physical
I can't
marker.
do any high jumping or anything.
No, there's no jumping involved. There's no jumping. It's just squatting down and standing back up.
Okay, I can do that.
Sweet. Good job.
Thanks.
Next. These are pretty good. Kettlebell swing.
Yeah, those are the other ones that I did with Jen. She told me how to do them, and then I finally did them.
Yeah, there you go. You can get a little bit deeper in the swing, so your arms actually kind of go against your hips and your thighs. So when you squeeze your butt and your hips come through, your arms fly off your hips. But she's got you there, you know. That's a kettlebell swing. Just need to fine tune it a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Nice job. It's just a seated cable row. Again, there is a spectrum of ways to do these. You can do them very strict. You could do them with some body English, like a hinge pattern like he's doing. All okay. It's kind of basically a cable version of an explosive Penley row in a way. So these look good. I would say don't go as far forward to where you get into lumbar. So we'd want to stop that forward, arrest that forward slightly before that lumbar has to fold. Or bend your legs a little bit more to mitigate that lumbar flexion. I'm okay with the body English if that's how you're doing your rows consistently. Just limit some of the flexion and make it more of a rigid hinge, like a stiff leg or an RDL in that platform. Next. Is that it? Or did it freeze? Oh. It looks like you're out front in the bottom. Judging by your knee angle and the bar being out where your knees are. So we actually want the bar coming straight up your shins. It's hard to tell because of the plates are in the way and the angle. But for the most part, other than that, the really only thing would be really pushing that lumbar into a neutral spine position, which would be pushing your belly button towards that floor and your tailbone towards the sky. And you've heard me give that cow cue, kind of doing them before your sets to get that physical feedback of what that feels like. But not too much to fix here. Just some bar path. So sitting more back to your heels a little bit and getting your hips into position. So likely slightly higher. We'll suck those knees back, bring the bar up against your shins. That should give you a little bit better leverage. Next. These rack pull. Okay, the high pulls. These are good. You can see him getting on his toes in extension. You don't have to catch it in the front rack. A high pull ends at the top of the pull before you don't want to rotate under. So that was actually technically more of a hang clean. If correct me if I'm wrong, you might have been attempting hang cleans. I don't know. If that's the case, then I'll put my foot in my mouth. But a high pull stops right there before your elbows kick under. They kick back and flare up. The explosion, the triple extension is all good. That was definitely a clean, which is a whole nother beast. But good job. Just don't come up. It's like it kind of ends at chest level, just by the nature of mobility. Somewhere between chest and chin.
Can I ask a quick question on that,
Sure.
Coach Nic? So with the high pull, in the video on the app, it's showing it starting with the bar on the floor. Here he's got it up. So is it just preference?
Kind of. From the floor is a bigger motion. It adds a different element. So when I teach things like these, I typically teach any sort of clean motion. I would call a high pull. A high pull is a part of a clean. I like to teach it from the top down. So when I was working with Catch on his, I had him start at a hang clean position before going to the floor. If you are in a good position, you're not in flexion, you're not jerking the bar off the floor, I've got no issue with doing the full movement from the floor. Yep. So if you have a question, take a video of it and we can pick it apart and put it together.
Nic, the people have also demanded you do a clean and press master class.
Sure. Continental or I'm just kidding. Definitely conventional clean. Yeah, we can definitely do that. So just a little, it's just coming up a little high because your elbows are getting below the bar. So you don't have to rotate it back. Yeah. Next. That was good. Brace, lock in. Yes. Now we see a little bit of mid upper back flexion. That's okay. The erectors are very big muscles, and that is usually a sign of leverage at a heavier weight rather than lumbar flexion. You will see the strongest deadlifters in the world having thoracic and upper back C-spine flexion. That is okay. Dave, those were great. Looked like you got a little bit out of bar path on the first one, but the one after that, it came together. Your deadlift looks really good right now, so I don't want to change it. I would say think a little less. I know you strapped in, but spend a little less time getting that brace and kind of find like a 2 to 3 second cadence between reps and kind of speed that up. So when we do it without, say, straps, you approach the bar, you get your brace, you go down, you're in position, you're ready to go. The less time you think about it, the less time you spend down there, the less time you're likely to get wonky. Next. Everybody got pin squats. That was good. I was going to bet money his butt was going to shoot up. But he is a high bar squatter for sure to be able to generate that power in that position. That is like all quad with how his feet, if you look, the bar is directly over his feet and he's sitting from the waist up almost vertical. He's like, I would say shallower than a 45. And that's okay. That is a sound squat position. It works for him. It makes sense. So, Scott, those were good. Those were together. Those were clean. You didn't fold, which means you got a strong core in that position. So these are all good things. Well done. Next. So you try to start with your hips in your squat position and you rotated up and forward. The second rep was good because you came down under tension. So we need to start with your hips up there. Otherwise, I'm not going to give you too much else to chew on with that. It's going to be your hip height. Because everything else looks very together. At least from this angle, I can't really see the bar in relation to your shins. it rolled back there, so it's definitely out front. You want that bar right up against your shins. But every rep after the first one looked great. Next. Are your arms inside your legs?
Yes.
Or am I tripping? Are you?
Oh, no. You mean like no? You mean like
I
not?
can't tell. It looks like your knees are outside your elbows.
They don't think so.
I don't know. I don't
I know
know
what you're saying when I'm looking, but I don't
the
think
pattern of your shirt's messing with me down there. Like it's like creating an illusion.
It does look like that.
So we want our arms coming straight down the outside of our knees.
Right. Okay.
It could just be your shirt, or you could have done it by accident. I don't know. But we want our arms coming down the outside of our knees. Otherwise, everything else looks good. Your hip position, I think you have a little more. I know you're playing conservative, but there's definitely more in the tank strength wise when you want it. I can't decide on if your arms are. It's like an optical illusion.
Yeah, it does look like
I can't imagine that I did that.
Inside.
It looks like it.
It does.
It really does look like it, but I can't. I don't think that's what I did. I can't even imagine that.
Let me see one.
But it's possible.
So your next deadlift video, I want you off to the side, but to the front, like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Because I want to see your foot width as well. Because from the side, your hinge pattern looks really solid. So I'd like to see what else is good. And again, like you move very well. So this is no surprise. But we just got to figure out how to optimize it and wear a shirt that's not like the camouflage of a World War II battleship that creates depth perception issues. Good job.
Roger that. But my back position was okay because
it was completely neutral. Your hinge pattern looked good.
All right. Okay. All right. One step at a time. It's only my second time doing deadlift, so.
I love that Robert Parke puts these together like this. This is awesome.
That's great.
Hips are a little high, Robert. That was a lot of hamstring and back pulling through versus minimal leg drive in the bottom. So we're getting tired. We're starting to round a little bit, but the grind is solid. That's what happens under fatigue. Brace is the first thing to go every single time. We need to get a little bit more legs in you. So we want to, again, that cat-cow cue. Push the belly button out, rotate that tailbone to the ceiling, and let your butt, when you do that, let your hips sink. So you push down into it, you'll feel tension pull through your hamstrings. You've got long arms, so we need to utilize that. And this will probably, more leg drive is only going to help. So a lot of good things in this. But we can definitely, there's more on the table if we get more legs recruited. Next. That was really good. And you could see the active adjustment. He sat back and knew where his hips needed to be. He sat back, brought his hips up an inch, fired. Boop. So normally I'd be like, hey, you're rotating forward. It's costing you, but this looks intentional. Bip, bip, up. And I'm not going to change. Go ahead.
No, I've been trying to reset like at the bottom of each rep to consciously do that, just to make sure I'm in good position.
Yeah,
Before
if that little drop and hip rise and then pull is exactly what you're doing to get yourself into position, totally fine with it. Keep doing it. I don't want to change it because it's working. My only caveat is when you get heavy, I don't want my only fear with that, and we'll only know this when you get to, maximal effort type weight, is if that will cost you, because your hips, if it doesn't break it in timing with your cadence, it turns into a grind, which your hips, your forward motion will continue to go forward. And it'll put you out over the bar instead of in position. But if you hold and you're patient on the pull, it won't. So only time will tell, which is why I'm not going to change it here, because it's working and it looks good. But we'll see on a heavier set where, it's like a 1 to 2 rep set and shit starts grinding. If that causes an issue, and if it does, then we'll fix it. If not, then we won't. So I'm not going to change anything now because I like the way your pool's looking.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well done.
Thanks.
Those are pretty. Nana, you stud. I like those. Rowing to like her belly button. She even picked it up like textbook. Deadlift position, hinged, stood up, then came down into position and just started banging them out. Well done, Nana. Next. All right, Benoit. Okay. Second rep, you sank into flexion right there. So your first rep, you had your cue dialed in, but we kind of went back into that. There we go. That was a little better. Noah, can you give me the first rep again? Thank you. So hold it right before he pulls. Look at that position and then fast forward to right before the second rep. And look at the lumbar in that position. So your first rep was your best rep, actually. And we need to just replicate that across the set. And if it means you have to stand up and reset that for now to ingrain that pattern, that's fine. You can do your sets in clusters. A cluster, Catch got very familiar with clusters recently. A cluster is, so you have a set of 5 and it's, or a set of 3, so I don't miscount. 1, 1, 1. So what that looks like, a cluster, you step up to the bar, you pull, you step back, you reset, you step up to the, like you'll do 3 reps across, 15 seconds per se. So if that's how we need to do this, Benoit, that's fine to get you in that pattern to where it's automatic. But you're there because you did it on the first rep, and we're going off the floor, which is huge because this is a far cry from what your deadlift looked like before we started chipping away from the top down. So try those sets in clusters to get into your position how you did on the first rep, because you got there. So good job. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Nice work. Well done, Ben. I like this. Look at that brace. He does it all at once. Ben, I got nothing for you. These are gorgeous. That is a textbook deadlift. The brace, the timing. I mean, every rep looks the same. Well, freaking done. Next. Okay. We could get a little deeper. That was better. So you see how you're really having to push back? We don't want to quite go, and this is usually the opposite of what we see on squat. Typically people gravitate forward. But he's kind of reaching back, and it's making the leverage a little bit harder. You see how the foot, look at where when he gets down to the bottom, you see that bar come back more towards his heel. It's kind of creating a backwards. Yeah. So I want to see it from the front. I want to see your foot width. B, because I want to see what your knees are doing. We're reaching a little bit too far back, which is causing you to get your hips out from underneath you. What I mean by that is that fold that you're seeing at the bottom when the hips stop and the upper body starts to come down and fold. We're losing our leverage too far. So you're getting your hips out from underneath the power line to where they can do their job the best. So a little less reach. I want you to think about spreading the floor apart with your feet, if that makes sense. But I'd like to see these from the front and the side on the next go around to see. I want to see structurally with a little bit more information to see if there's a foot width or whatever that's causing you to push that far back. Next. He's got the right idea though. That was better. You drove into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see how your angle, when you pick, your angle immediately starts going forward?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
That's good.
When I push it, this is okay.
Yeah, you can push it. I mean, the work's done at that point.
Okay.
You could probably get a little bit of a heavier tire. I mean, you've kind of got the feel for it. You got the reps. Something a little bit heavier because there's some things that will come out when the tire gets heavier and the width of the tire is wider. So you're making these look really easy, which is really, really good.
I think this one, but they don't know how it weight, the tire, but I think it's 100. The second one, they tell me it weight 450. So it's a little.
Yeah. Well, what you can do is you can have a partner lift it with you.
Oh.
So and what that can do is it can help mitigate, the weight. So you're not lifting 400 pounds. I've done it. I've spotted on the tire, and this is where it's like I want to see you progress in this. I think it's awesome, but I'm not very trusting of other other people, of someone to help you. So if it's ideally you want to find someone that knows how to flip a tire to kind of spot you, or that is plenty strong enough to lift it by themselves to help you, so you can feel a bigger tire in hand with help.
Okay, so I will work on my strength before.
Yes, we still. That doesn't mean stop practicing this. More practice is always good. But yeah, let's keep getting you stronger.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's again me. Yeah, with the bench press.
Incline bench. Nice. That position looks good.
I work on my brace ultimately, so I take just the bar.
Yes, and what I love is that you came out of the rack, paused, got set, and then started your press. You could probably slide out just a little bit your bench. So it looks like you're really close to the.
Yeah, I hit it, but the bench is fixed to the rack.
Oh, that's stupid.
Weird, and it's under a spot on the
that's
ceiling.
Stupid. So, like, what if you're tall as shit? Then you can't even bench in that rack. You're screwed. Yeah, outside of that, I would love to see you throw some weight on the bar and see what this looks like. These look great.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we're you're muted. Oh, she muted. I thought she was talking to me. You're good. So the Q&A side of this, what do we have questions? Hit me.
How long have you had that beard?
I've had it, I don't know. Let's see, I haven't trimmed it in 3 years. I've just kind of let it rock. Maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years. I just kind of let it rock. But I started growing a beard, I'd say 2018, 2017-ish, somewhere around there.
Okay. Just wondering because of the length.
Yeah, I haven't touched it in 2 years. I just kind of let it do its thing, because I feel like if I'm always going and getting it trimmed, it defeats the purpose of having the beard.
Got it.
It's not a beard; it's a mop now, right?
It's more of a bib.
A bib. Okay.
I haven't stained a shirt in quite some time from eating.
It is its own entity.
Yes, it's a tax write-off at this point. Questions? Hit me.
I have one.
Okay.
Okay. I'm doing maximum your strength right now, and in my program it has bench press with like pins. Would regular bench press be okay, or do you have to do it with pins?
So a pin press is it creates a stagnant part of the lift where you're lifting from a dead stop.
I've never really done that machine that much, so
it's not on a machine.
Okay.
It's so the safety arms.
Mm-hmm.
That's you press off of those.
Oh, okay.
Like you see people doing the pin squats, it's the same thing for a bench press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm still in one, so I'm kind of new.
Yeah, that is something. If you have access to a rack with the safety arms, yes, that is something you should stick to. If you can't for whatever reason, you can, in theory, supplement it with a pause down at the bottom. So like 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000 press.
Okay.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yep. Who else?
I think I have one for you.
Well, I think I have an answer. Maybe.
Oh, fantastic. I'm sure
Depends
you
on the
do.
question.
I've been absolutely killing it with diet recently, where I've really been locked in for the end of the year, really
Nice.
trying to hit my goal of 135 kilos for the year. I am just over 2 kilos away. Do you have any advice to sort of, I don't know, kick it into a higher gear? Because what I'm doing is I've got everything. I have set meals now, what I'm doing just to really focus to get it done. I have set meals every day. Just I eat this. I know it is perfect. I know it fits my nutrition tracker. And I know it's getting me the results that I want to see. With Christmas and everything coming up and so close to the end of the year, I really want to hit this. Any advice, considering that you do things like weight cuts and stuff all the time?
Man, you've got me trigger shot even and give you any advice because, like you said, you have dialed. It's getting you the results you want. Can you hear me?
You cut out a little bit there. I missed that.
I had my phone plugged in. And can you hear me? Okay? Why would we change it if you're getting the results you want? Is my biggest question.
Do you know what it is? I know it's stupid, but I decided I wanted to hit that number, and that number has become important to me in my big stupid brain.
You know what? Cut out
this,
sodium. Cut out sodium for 3 days. Drink a bunch of water, and then take a giant pee, and you'll be 4 pounds lighter. I promise. Just do it the day. Do it the day of your deadline, and you hit it.
That's from America's Strongest Man, folks.
Yeah.
Ben,
Nick, there's a couple of
yes.
form checks that we need.
Just stay the course, Ben.
I know.
Yep.
I really want to do this.
I know you really want to do it, but I think back when you asked Nick this, I think about the first time at the Arnold Classic UK when you asked Arnold how to keep going when you'd lost what? Was it 80 pounds at that point?
Yeah, about I think it was 39 kilos I'd done at that point from my highest weight ever.
And Arnold told you that you know what you're doing and you just need to keep going.
8,000%.
And that's the answer again. Don't do any tricks and don't listen, have a cheat meal on Christmas. Don't worry about it. Just don't let it become a few days of going crazy. And make sure your weigh-in isn't after you eat any type of cheat meal. And besides that, like I think today from the article I wrote, like my message to everyone is don't get too tied to an arbitrary deadline.
This is very true. Just I hit
137.1,
and I'm just
like, hit it. But that's
I don't know
not
what that
even
is in
your
pounds.
ultimate
Sorry.
goal.
No,
that's not even
nowhere
your
near.
ultimate goal. So don't be too tied to it, because that will be gone once you hit it. That will be gone fast anyway. You don't get to spend any time celebrating it.
Pretty much.
This is very true. This is very true.
Catch, we need you to relax and get a little more comfortable in that chair.
He's not quite horizontal there.
I'm just laying here with my dog. I'm recovering. It's a deload week.
Well, I thank you again for your advice. I said I'm sat here. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK, and I'm sat in the office looking at 3 screens. So I thought, hey, I'll chime in with something.
You got this, Ben.
Yeah, you've lost
gentlemen.
more weight than anyone here, so keep doing what you're doing, bro.
God help me.
You're qualified.
Yep. Well, all right. Well, thank you, chaps. I appreciate your time, as ever.
Always. Noah, you said we need to cover a video?
Yeah, there was just a couple that didn't show up and they re-uploaded, so let me Let's get in there. Rory, I believe you were first.
Front squats. Get a hair deeper, but that's Rory, these look pretty good. The main thing that stuck out to me is you walked out and then you just went right into the squat. You didn't get set, you didn't squeeze your butt, you didn't set your body up to squat, get everything stacked, get everything tight, brace, squat. So that was the first thing that stood out to me. But I'm aware you're just getting kind of comfortable with all these. The barbell's still pretty new. This is a great starting point. So be confident that you can get a little lower and your legs are going to have the power to get you up off the floor. I promise. So these are pretty good. Try for go a little deeper than you think you need to. Rack position looks pretty solid. So these are all good.
I'm struggling with my right knee. A while back, I asked you for some stretching on it, and I think you gave me the couch one that I've been doing pretty consistently, and it's really been I don't know how to explain it because it's not a real pain. It feels like a lot of pressure, and I don't have it with my left knee. It's just my right.
Have you gotten it ever checked out? Is there any injury there?
No, I haven't. I do have MS, so I tend to have a lot of muscle and nerve issues.
Do 3 rounds of 20 banded TKEs immediately before your squat session. Like the last thing you do before you get under bar, 3 by 20 each side banded TKEs. And all you got to do is go on YouTube, type up banded TKE, and there's probably 8,000 videos on it. So you really can't do them wrong.
Okay.
Like it's a very simple exercise, but a great primer for things like patellar tendonitis, MS, things like that.
Okay.
Throw that on top of, and you can do them on your off days.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it a good idea to do a lot of those different types of stretches on the off days?
1,000%.
Okay.
Yep. I do my same dynamic warm up and mobility things on my off days that I do on my training days.
Okay.
Yep.
I bet you're doing Don Tignes right now, aren't you?
I have done them driving. I have. Slow down your descent a little bit, Rory, because as you come down, you kind of get this rearward elbow rock. You kind of want to go back because the bar has so much momentum.
Yeah. I felt like I was going really fast.
Yeah, slow them down. Slow down the eccentric. Love the power on the way up. Just slow down the eccentric and give it more control. It doesn't necessarily need to be a tempo rep, but we want with a purpose, but in control.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Next one. Gabriel, so your walkout, you looked pretty rushed. So same thing I said to Rory and a couple other people that when you walk out, you want to get stacked, get ready to squat. 2-step drop is usually a nice, you don't want to dance around. Get your brace, get set. Your depth looked good. A little bit of instability in the bottom. Slow that descent down a little bit. Same thing, with a purpose, but in control. If we carry too much velocity, we typically don't have enough tension to arrest and change direction. And that's where that instability comes from. The down at the bottom and having to change direction, hips kick back, knees kick forward. So if we slow that down slightly, I bet we can mitigate that. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can add, if it still works, you can bring back up the speed. But we need to ingrain the control first and get you comfortable with being there. Next.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Your form otherwise looks good. Your body position all looks great.
Yeah, but I was feeling unstable, so I will try.
Yeah, that'll just come with seat time and reps and being conscious of it, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well done. No, is it freezing for anybody else, or is that just me?
No,
there we go.
It's me too. There.
So you're doing a good job of executing the cat cow, but you don't do the other half of it where you push your back into neutral. So you're arching, you're coming down into basically less of an arch. I wanna see you get your back into hyperextension, into that arch. And I'm not saying that to deadlift. I'm saying that so you have the physical feedback of the opposite of that flexion. So you've got the right idea. We're just not getting into position. So I want to see a video of you just doing the cat cow on your hands and knees on the next form check. And then the deadlift. So we can do this from the ground up, because right now we're pulling completely in flexion. And we don't want that, especially at a higher effort. Again, you've got the right idea. We just need to get you some sort of physical cue that you can recognize and feel. Next. Is that it? Okay. Any other questions?
Nic, you've talked about in the past priming the nervous system to do the work.
Yes.
And during COVID, I wound up with nerve damage, and whether it be from the infection itself, COVID itself, or vaccines, but I lost probably 50% of my strength. And it's taken me 2 years to come back, where maybe 80% where I was.
Okay.
You know, some of the things I have going on is a lot of like pain in my hands and my feet and stiffness. And it's clearing, but it's taken a long time. Do you have any other recommendations to maybe help with that, or?
What's your current operating procedure?
What do you mean by that?
When it comes to any sort of therapies you're doing, anything you're taking, or what are you doing to mitigate and improve currently?
Well, I'm doing my strength training, but also stretching as well, you know, and it's helping. It's just a slow path.
Very slow. Yes.
Yeah. It's a slow way back.
How's your balance?
It's good. It's not great.
Okay. So we're gonna start there because that is a very central part of our nervous system.
Okay.
And balance starts at your inner ear. So it's gonna seem like redundant shit. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's gonna some of it's gonna sound stupid. but I want you to start integrating. So one would be, I do these things. I've done these things because I have nerve damage and injury, and sometimes they're worse than others, and I've got to have like reprogramming periods.
Okay.
One is simply going to be standing on one foot with your eyes open and lifting the other foot up out in front of you, maybe 3 inches off the ground, and holding it for 30 seconds. Do it one time each leg. Then I want you to do it with your eyes closed. And what you,
right.
it's going to get significantly harder, but we're sending a signal from our brain, our ears, down to our foot, our ankle, and because your foot is naturally going to try and grab the floor when it's trying to stabilize. You're going to feel that tension. Do it barefoot. Do it in your house. You can do these on rest days. And what we're doing is we are attacking that pathway again. Ear to foot, ear to foot, ear to foot. We don't build balance from the ground up. We build balance from the top down.
Okay.
So we need to get them talking, right?
Yeah.
And ingraining those neural pathways again. The other one would be literally standing, good posture. One, hold your fingers together out in front of you, and you focus on left, and you just follow it with your eyes to your peripheral. You only move your eyes. And you do that 3 sets of 10. 3 sets of 30 seconds each foot. And let's start right there, super simple, because that is neural priming. That is getting the computer to communicate with the hardware.
Right.
And it sounds stupid, it sounds gimmicky, but that's what our nervous system does. Our nervous system sends signals.
Right.
It's the signal. I'm sorry, our brain sends them. Our nervous system is the highway.
Right.
So we need, when nerve damage happens or we're learning new motor skill, we need to build or rebuild roads.
Okay.
From signal to get to point A to point B. So we can start there. As far as the nerve pain is it like tingling, burning?
More burning or like just deep pain, like stiff and hurt.
That's going to be time.
Yeah.
Because I have that, and I just simply have good days and bad days with it.
Okay.
But let's start with those simple things. Let's even a week from now, do some today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Record it, and then I want you to do them daily from a week from now. And I'm talking, when I say record it, just the balance ones. I only need to see those.
Okay.
And I want to see what you look like daily after a week and see what's going on. My light just went out. So because in a week, I'd be shocked if you didn't have progress. So you have 2 comparable videos. You record tomorrow, then record a week from now. We can see where we're at.
Just the balance.
Just the balance. Yep. We want to start from the ground up. And like I said, this sounds stupid, but we can build on this.
Okay, great. And that's both with eyes open and eyes closed, yes?
You do one as a control group with eyes open, just for yourself to see, and then do it with eyes closed and record it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I might fall on the ground.
Put a helmet on.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anyone else before we pack this thing up?
I just have a real quick question, sort of along a similar vein. I think
Okay.
a time ago, I talked about my hands hurting quite significantly. Definitely after doing that deadlift, and I wasn't wearing gloves because I was in a spot where I didn't have access to them, not at home. Next day, I mean, I almost had like trigger finger in one of my joints. I'm not really lifting. You can see that I'm not really lifting that much weight, but it's definitely affecting the joints in my hand. So should I invest in straps even though I'm not lifting that much? Or I am definitely doing my stretching to help with that. But do you have any other suggestions, perhaps?
Where exactly are you feeling the pain?
It's definitely in my joints. So, and oddly, it was mostly kind of in the finger, the middle part. But after doing the deadlift,
yeah,
I was actually having it in these joints, which I've never experienced that.
Okay, so
he was like sticking.
So on your deadlifts, use straps for 2 weeks and see if it starts to dissipate.
Okay.
Because a strap, you don't need as much hand pressure, or crush pressure, if you say, is one way to put it. And if you strap, you can even do a thumbless grip. So you're like this over the strap versus like this. Right. And so you're squeezing into that strap like this versus crushing, to mitigate that. So let's try that for 2 weeks, see if anything lets up, and then we can kind of reassess. Because who knows it? If that's the case, you get a couple weeks into it and nothing has changed, but we're not, then it might not be your deadlifts.
Right.
So, but only one way to find out, and that's part of this game, trial and error.
Okay. I'll try that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Of course. All right. Anyone else?
Yes, I have maybe a question, Nic.
Okay.
I was late a bit. I was sure it was 7 in the Eastern, but it was 7:30, but it was 7. So anyways, I submit a video about the eye pole. And I think you passed it before, but I was wondering, when I do the eye pole, I'm not sure if I need to clean it. Like, I mean, if I need to bring it, because
I actually talked about that on your video.
Oh yeah, okay, so I will catch it.
Point of kind of in. What does my phone do?
Oh, it's okay now.
Hold on, let me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of end up around chest height. So your elbows don't rotate under, they kind of stay high and go back slightly.
Okay.
It's just the explosive part of the movement. You're not catching or arresting it. But your explosion, your triple extension all look good.
Okay, so it's the thing I wasn't sure, because it looks stable when we clean, but it's not a clean, so it's why I wasn't sure. And I think on my video I do 2 reps not clean it, and 2 when I clean it. So
yes, I saw your reps where you didn't clean it looked pretty close to how they're supposed to be done.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yes, sir. Else.
All right, Nic, congrats on the new house.
Thank you so much.
It's exciting.
Hope you get a monster truck for Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, it'll. So far, the only plans right now outside the house are a moto track and a gun range. So that's about it.
Okay.
So I don't gotta go nowhere or see nobody. In the gym,
ideal.
in the garage, of course.
Right.
Of course. That was a skate park.
Why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
Thanks, Nic. Appreciate everything.
Of course, guys. My pleasure. I'll catch you guys probably Wednesday next week. Catch Noah.
Christmas Day? Christmas Eve?
That's Christmas, Nic. I think we're gonna take next week.
You see how much I look into the future?
We would be there.
Just
We would
another
be
day.
there for you. We would be there.
Well,
I would show up with my ridiculous paper crown.
Everyone, if we don't do form checks next week. But thank you so much for showing up today, guys.
Thank you.
You guys.
You for showing up.